Fall is my favorite season, and there's nothing better than to add a little bit of fall to your reading. Find the perfect book that fits your fall mood, whether that means that's something very cozy, a paranormal creature, or even a gothic or a dark read. You can certainly find the perfect book to fit your fall mood, and I got some recommendations in this video to help you get started. Welcome back to the Under the Covers channel. I'm Francesca, and today I'm excited to talk to you about 5 books that are coming out this fall. And all 5 of these books are included in our fall reading guide, which is available for you to download for free. You can simply go to underthecoversinsider.com and download your copy today. The Under the Covers Insider is our monthly magazine for our Under the Covers community members, and we do give you guys access to a seasonal guide for free. And fall is a season that I always love, so there's lots of goodies in there, a little bit of fall aesthetics, how to incorporate some witchcore vibes into your house and lifestyle, a must-see fall movie list, which also has family-friendly movies, romantic fall movies, and even some scary movies. Lots of recommendations in our roundup of fall releases that need to be on your radar. So remember, you can download that whole list at underthecoversinsider.com. But I wanted to leave you guys with 5 books that I mentioned in our Novel Nights episode, where we talk all about fall reading and fall vibes. If you want to watch the whole episode, where Victoria and Laura from What to Read Next podcast and Biblio Lifestyle also recommended their own books for the fall and all activities and things that you can incorporate in your life, you can watch that Novel Nights live show episode replay, and I will leave a link in the description box down below for you to do that. And now I'm just going to leave you with my 5 recommendations that you should check out immediately this fall. I actually wanted to bring more dark recommendations, and I didn't necessarily go so much for like the normal creatures that we tend to see a lot, like vampires and witches and the like. The first book that I want to recommend to you guys, it's coming out at the end of September 24th. And I'm shouting everywhere about this book because I loved it. It's A Fire in the Sky by Sophie Jordan. And I would say if you enjoyed Rebecca Yarros, then definitely you should check out this one. It is a dragon romance, and it will be a series, so you'll be able to follow along. This is the book that sets everything up in the world, and it does have a very medieval kind of Game of Thrones feel. So you're not going to see a ton of shape shifting in this book, more towards the end, but there is an arranged kind of forced marriage. The heroine was serving this royal family, and she would take the punishments for the royal daughters. And there's a barbarian that comes in, and he helped the royal family with a war, and he is demanding the royal daughter as in marriage. And they kind of like use her and pretend that, well, she is the daughter because she's been part of the family. So she goes on and has to basically do her last service for the family. And I absolutely loved it. It's so good. There's so much chemistry between them, and I just absolutely loved it. So if there's one book that you pick up from this list, it's got to be this one, although there's another one that I really, really loved. So, okay, let's move on to the second book, and it's The Darkest Walls by Ashley R. King. This is more of a gothic historical romance. It is kind of like 1920s prohibition. The heroine is in her early 20s, and she is basically a alcohol smuggler, and a rival of hers finds out where her alcohol stash is, and she basically thinks she's going to lose everything. And she gets a proposal from this guy to marry him, and because he needs a wife to get his inheritance, which is a railroad company. And she feels it's a great arrangement because she gets to go live with him, and he lives in this really secluded island, and she could stash her alcohol there. And of course, island is haunted and cursed and all of this stuff. So she thinks she starts to go crazy and lose her sanity. So lots of kind of like that gothic island, secluded island vibe, which I really love. So definitely look out for that. That's also coming out at the end of September, I think the 23rd. The other one that I really think you guys need to pick up is The House at Watch Hill by Karen Marie Moning. I know that I don't need to like recommend Karen Marie Moning to anybody. The House at Watch Hill is her new series. It's going to be a trilogy, I think, and it is a Southern Gothic urban fantasy. And this first book also sets up the series. You don't get to see a ton of the paranormal element just towards the end, but it's sort of underlying throughout the whole book. And you're basically getting to know the story. The heroine is very young and she's lived her life with just her mother. Her mother's been sick for a really long time and she dies at the beginning of the book. And she gets a phone call from some mysterious lawyer in a town in Louisiana saying that she has this inheritance from her family and it's a house. And she has to travel to this town to claim the inheritance. When she reaches there, it turns out to be this huge mansion. It comes obviously with terms and conditions. She has to live in the house for 3 years before she can get the inheritance, which is the house and a ton of money. And for her and her financial condition, she decides she's going to go through with it and she's going to stay there and abide by all the rules. And she slowly realizes there's more to the town, the people, and the house itself. And she starts to discover all of that and also herself and her powers because she didn't know that she was any kind of supernatural creature herself. So I really enjoyed this one. I think this is going to be a great series. I actually call it like a mix of the Fever series by Karen Marie Moning and the Sookie Stackhouse series by Sherlyn Harris. So kind of like if those two had a baby, that would be the vibe of this book. So I think that you would really enjoy it, especially if you like that Southern flair. I think that she did that really well. It does have that very Gothic vibe, from all angles. So I really enjoyed it. If you want something more subdued, I would say is not so in your face and high stakes in this book, but that's kind of something that is quite common with Karen Marie Moning. So I would say as the series goes on, it's probably going to get more intense. The next book is The Wraith King. Oh, and that comes out October 1st. The next one is The Wraith King by Julia Cross. It's also the first in a new series. And I tend to think of Julia Cross with like funny paranormal romance. This one is a romantasy. I've seen it pitched as like a dark Gothic romantasy, and kind of the cover gives you that vibe, but I would say it's definitely not dark. So if you're not into dark romance, it's totally fine. This is not a dark romance. It's just really a sweet story, I would say. It's a fae world and there's different kind of faes. There's 5 different kinds of fae. And the 2 main characters are light and dark fae. The heroine is the princess of the light fae and the hero is also the prince of the dark fae. And they're basically fated to be together and to overturn the whole world order of what's going on. Both of them are coming from places where they had very different kind of like ideas of what their past was. So they both think very different things of each other and what their kind has done in the past. And the light fae has been ruling, and now the dark fae, it's kind of like their time to shine. So it's a really fun book. I would say it's actually quite similar in vibe to A Fire in the Sky by Sophie Jordan. So again, if you like kind of like that vibe, you would enjoy this one. There are dragons. There's not shape shifting in it, but there are dragons. So if you're into dragon romantasy, you will probably enjoy this one as well. And it does come out, I think, also September 24th. And the last one that I have for you guys is Anathema by Carrie Lake. This one just came out and it is on Kindle Unlimited. And Carrie Lake is kind of like the queen of dark Gothic fantasy romance. So this one I'm super excited to read. It just came out, I think, a couple of days ago. And it is about this woman. She gets shunned and thrown basically into this enchanted evil forest. And as she's going through, she discovers this lord that is an assassin, but he's tasked with protecting her because her blood is actually what's going to remove his curse and also the curse that's on the woods themselves. But there are obviously forces that want to kill her because there is an arcane prophecy that if she's sacrificed, something's going to happen. So I'm super excited to read this one. I know that it's going to be dark because that is what I know to expect with Carrie Lake. So if you're looking for something dark, then this is going to be the darkest one of the bunch. And that's the ones that I have. And there you have it. Those are the 5 books that I think should be on your radar for this fall. If you want even more recommendations, you can check out underthecoversinsider.com and download our complete fall reading guide, including lots of fall aesthetics and vibes. Now I'm gonna go and enjoy my pumpkin donut. Don't forget to follow us on social. We are UTC Book Blog on Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, and Twitter or X, and Under the Covers Book Blog here on YouTube and on Facebook. So give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And if you want to see more of our content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You can also find lots more recommendations on the blog at underthecoversbookblog.com. That's where all our recommendations are. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you again in the next video. Bye.